And joining me now is Moshe Lavi. His brother-in-law, Omri Miran, was kidnapped by Hamas on that October 7th attack and taken into Gaza, where he remains to this day. And Moshe, first, thank you for your time. I'm curious, sir. I mean, what's been your reaction to some of the scenes that we've seen play out in Israel and Gaza following the release of these 3 Israeli hostages today?
Thank you, Alex, for having me this morning. It was very difficult for all of us, families of hostages, to watch the scenes today. It's clear that Hamas has weaponized food by starving our loved ones, our family members in captivity, by abusing and torturing them. It's an unspeakable crime beyond the ongoing crime of hostage taking and hostage holding. But we're trying to remain hopeful that all the hostages will return to us, those who are alive to rehabilitation, those who were murdered to be buried in the land of Israel. And we are embracing the families who received that reunification, that happy ending, if we can say that, because 2 of the hostages lost their spouses, 1 lost their children. So it's a mixed day, happy, sad, and concerned.
Certainly, I understand that. And look, you've been a huge advocate for your brother-in-law, but I mean, do you have any information about any plans for Omri's release? And also, what message do you have for leaders in Israel and also here in the U.S. about what should happen next with this current ceasefire deal?
Yes, we've been advocating as a family for the past 16 months, led by my sister Lishai, who is a true heroine, a survivor of October 7th. And Omri's father, Danny. We keep pushing elected officials, and I've done that this week in D.C. I just returned from there a few days ago, that they have to complete the deal until every remaining hostage is released. They have to expedite phase 2, the phase in which my brother-in-law Omri and so many other hostages are expected to be released, to be included in that phase. And you have to ensure that Hamas will not be able to return to power in Gaza and will not be able to do the same as it did on October 7th. We cannot tolerate that for the benefit of both Israelis and Gazans who have been suffering because of Hamas genocidal ideology.
Well, and Moshe, among the Palestinian detainees who were released today, 18 of them were serving life sentences. Look, as a former soldier in the IDF, I know that you have some concerns about the implications of the long-term implications of this deal with the release of hundreds of these Palestinian prisoners and these Palestinian prisoners and detainees.
Yes, this is a difficult deal for Israel. I'm not going to lie. We are conflicted. Because we know that many of those convicted terrorists, some of them responsible for the murder of hundreds of Israelis, will return to their old habits. And so we will have to be cautious and make sure that we don't repeat the mistakes of the policies before October 7th. After the release of Gilad Shalit in 2011, was an Israeli soldier who was held hostage by Hamas. And so it's difficult. I understand policymakers have other considerations besides the redemption of our captives. But I do think that as a society in Israel, our social contract, our ethos as Israel, as a Jewish culture, a Jewish nation, is the redemption of our captives, sanctifying life. And that's what our policymakers decided by going to phase 1 of this deal. And that's what they have to decide by agreeing on a phase 2. We'll have to keep pressuring Hamas, their accomplices, their sponsors, countries like Qatar, Turkey, and Iran, to change their habits. But we know that this fight will not be over. This is not a peace deal. This is not a real ceasefire. This is a hostage deal to save lives. And I hope policymakers are already making the plans to ensure that Hamas doesn't return to power and that both Israelis and Gazans are going to prosper and live in safety and security after this terrible war is over.
All right, Moshe Lavi, thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thank you.